Kevin Durant's trade destinations are officially out. Obviously, these don't guarantee where he's going, but this feels like a pretty solid list at this point. From Shams, Houston, San Antonio, Minnesota, Miami, and New York. I've talked about San Antonio and Minnesota here on this TikTok page, on the YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. But to me, all these teams make sense in different reasons. Miami is probably the least so to me personally, but it kind of depends to me on what Phoenix is trying to do. Obviously, they have depleted their assets. So are you trying to still kind of go win now-ish? Because if that's the case, the New York trade and pairing up Devin Booker with Karl Anthony Towns is a very, very interesting one to me. Obviously, they go way back to their college days, and they have maintained that friendship and relationship there. So that makes a whole lot of sense if you're trying to go with that. Also, though, Houston, if you're trying to replenish a little bit more and do a pretty healthy mix of both now and for the future, that's what Houston feels like to me. San Antonio feels a little bit more of a long-term move. Minnesota, it kind of depends on as well. Like, are you cool with taking a Julius Randle? That I would just go to New York and do that trade at that point. So it really, to me, kind of comes down to what does Phoenix want to do. And obviously, I think a big part here is what are you getting in KD? Because, I mean, obviously KD is still an incredible basketball player. Notably, has 1 year left on his contract this year, but once he gets traded, can extend that and get 2 more years at a relatively decent price, especially as we await the cap room to kind of go up. So I'm very interested in where Kevin Durant ends up this season, because I think you could look at some teams that could potentially fast track in Houston and San Antonio, or some teams like Minnesota and New York that can take what they had, you get to your conference finals, and you elevate and try and go to the next level. And it all has to do with where Kevin Durant wants to end up and also what Phoenix prioritizes in their return. I like a lot of these fits. I think, honestly, all of them make sense, and you can make the argument for each. Kind of just depends on what all the parties in total are hoping to get from this deal.